All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. Today, it's 4/20/2020. So April 20th, 2020. So good stuff. Today we're going to be continuing our conversation on gap strategies. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the professional gap. It's a pretty cool name. So before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Then we're going to take a look at the market, see where we left off today. Then we'll go over our topic. Then we'll take questions and chart requests. So here we go. Here's the SPX monthly chart, April. So pretty strong month so far, really, if you think about it. Right? We reclaimed like this huge macro geo trend line, right? So we talked a lot about trends last week. We reclaimed, we held the cloud, we held the 50 monthly moving average. We're just rejecting a little bit here off of the monthly mid Bollinger Band. So down 51 points today, but last time I checked, futures are up a little bit here this evening. So again, we are bullish, still proven otherwise. Why? We'll get to that in a second. Nice follow through here on the weekly chart as we took this bullish engulfing week and have continued up. Inside week so far, but we'll see if we can push above that and possibly fill this open gap on the weeklies. Open gaps on the weeklies tend to get filled. Okay, so this is kind of a quick. I mean, all gaps tend to get filled, but on the weekly, they're very, very powerful areas of interest, right? So definitely something to keep an eye on, especially as we're getting really close to this one right here. Daily chart, we are bullish until proven otherwise. Why? Because we're over the trend line. Okay, now it doesn't feel bullish, right? Because we're down 51 points today, but we talked about that, right? This market is very, very tricky, right? Volatility is still high. Ranges of candles are still really big on the SPX, right? We can see here, today's range, 48 points, still pretty big move, right? And it felt like a down day, even though we are trending up, right? So a couple things to look at, right? We hit right into the 50 moving average right here, upper shadow off of that. We're coming into the cloud right here, right? We're kind of still dealing with this prior resistance level, right? We closed above it the other day, right? Closed above it yesterday. And then we push back below it today. So it's kind of like, okay, well, it's still kind of an important area right here, right? 28.55.84 was the number. Okay, so we ticked above it, and then now we're just kind of chopping around here. But what it's kind of forming is an ascending triangle, as you can see here, this upper trend line and this level. So if we can get above this, we get over the 50, get over the cloud, right? Continue to follow this way up. We may continue to work our way up. Let's take a look at the intraday price action today. Okay, let's go to the 15 here on SPX. So great price action today. It really was. At the open, very, very strong stuff. Right now, we gapped down, right? But they bought the dip today. But look where we gapped to. Right, basically right at the prior day's lows. Okay, so right, we held these levels pretty nicely here today. Okay, so nice lower shadow off of that. That kind of got us going, right? We got to the 15 orb high with a nice inside candle, and that gave us a nice breakout to the upside. Right, we go up here. Here's your breakdown candle, here's your breakdown pivot, boom, momentum move through that level right there, right? Bear flag, 3 candle bear flag, boom, boom, right? Back into the 15 orb range and then down, okay? So pretty nice price action today, pretty straightforward stuff. We really I love days like this because you can trade it up and then you can trade it down, right? Nice stuff. Sometimes you get some great ones where you can go up, you can go down, and then you can go up again. It's like, whoa, this is awesome, right? So this is just kind of a, up and down type stuff. Here's the levels that we provide to our members before each market open. Okay, so today being the 20th, so you can see how important these levels are, right? So we were choppy in here between all these levels, right? And then once we got above this big, strong candle right here, where does that want to get to? It wants to get to the next level. Gets up here, right? Upper shadows, rejects this daily pivot level, comes back down, holds your 8 EMA, continues to work its way up. Can't get any further action out of that, right? And you get your trend lines, of course. Right? Here's your pivot level, and boom, momentum move to the downside, right? Bear flag, down. So anyway, good stuff today. So today, let's take a look at the futures before we get going. See what they're doing tonight. So pretty cool price action tonight too. Okay, so let's kind of zoom out here on the futures chart. This is what we looked at. If you guys check out the Good Morning Market preps on YouTube and Twitter that I do. So it's pretty cool stuff, right? So we had this real nice triangle at the open, right? So you can see a nice, a decent, symmetrical triangle right here, and so today we worked our way back up, right? We broke down this morning before the market opened, everything is looking bearish. It looked like we might come down and test the scene of the breakout, but we couldn't do it, right? So we reversed off of that. That was the move at the open, so nice hold of the levels, right? And you can see where we're holding right now through the evening, right? So we're holding these levels right here. It's actually a 2B reversal right here, retest that level and worked its way back up, which was nice. And then we had a nice triangle breakout right here for a nice pop to the upside. So right now we're holding the 80 MA going in. We're up 20 points right now on the S&P futures. So pretty cool stuff. Okay, good. So today we're going to continue our discussion on gap strategies. Okay, and today we're going to be talking about what's called the professional gap. So what's a professional gap? Such a cool name. It sounds powerful, right? It sounds important. And it is pretty important. So let's just kind of take a look right here. So if we zoom out a little bit here and just kind of look at, it's kind of a blank screen right here, right? So what happens is if you have a green candle, right, you close up on the day, just assume this is a green candle right there, right? So you close up on the day, everything's great, everything's bullish, right? And then the next day you gap down, but you don't just gap down below. If you gap in the range, that's fine, right? You can usually expect the okay inside day, and then it kind of works its way back up, or even there, you kind of gap in the middle of the range, test down a little bit. You're just testing the price end of that range, and then you work your way up, right? That's not a professional gap, right? The professional gap is where you gap down below this bullish day's low, right? So you gap down here, right? And then a lot of times what you see there is you just get stuck, right? Because you have or whoever's in this candle right here gets stuck, and so they give up. They're like, oh my goodness, I'm out, right? And then that's where you jump. We as day traders, right? We jump in here, right? We look for setups on the intraday range to try to take this to the downside. Okay, so that's the professional gap. The opposite of it is you have a big down day, or you have a down day, a bearish day. Okay, and then you gap above it. Right, you have a gap above it, and then you can work on that and try to find nice moves upside. Because whoever's short here gets really caught, right? Because typically their stop is at the high of the day right there, and then when you gap above that, they just get stuck. They cover their shorts, and then you can ride that up on a day trade level. So really cool stuff. So those are professional gaps. Okay, so let's take a look here and take a look at some examples. Okay, so now we see a lot. We've been seeing a lot of gaps recently, right? So with this market, now you don't see it so much on the S&P, but let's give a couple examples recently. So recently, J.P. Morgan. Okay, so J.P. Morgan gave a professional gap yesterday. What happened? They had earnings here. Bad day on earnings, right? They gapped down. Okay, so it kind of makes sense, right? Bad day of earnings, right? Just kind of working its way down, and then you get this day right here, right? Big down day, big volume, red candle, right? Short, right? It's bearish. And then look what happened. They gap above. They gap completely above this candle. So everybody who's short in here got stuck. And look at that, nice move to the upside. If you go back to the price action on that one, it wasn't easy. I'm not saying it's you just jump in and it's easy, right? So this was this is this day right here, right? We're down on this day right here. Everything's bearish, and then the next morning you're up here, right? So now, did it give a really easy way to get in that day? No, not necessarily, but it did gap up. It got tight in here, right? It held its pre-market levels. Right, and then it started to work its way up, right? So, and then the pullback right here was a nice move to the upside. All the surprises were to the upside because of that move, right? So everybody says, oh, I'm out, I'm really out, right? That type of thing. So nice move on JP Morgan there. That's a professional gap. Let's take a look at a couple more examples. Apple has done it before, okay? Apple has done it before to the, now this is a Morningstar reversal. This is a little bit bearish, but that gives you that lower shadow, right? We want it to close towards the lows. Right, but we do see this sometimes, on Apple. Let's see, we had one. This is a pretty good one. They had a lower shadow right here, right, and then we gap over that red candle the next day, and look at that. You got a nice move to the upside, and then some follow through the next day. Right, so pretty nice stuff with that one. So these are rare, right? These are not easy to see. This one technically is not, right, because of the shadows, right? We didn't gap completely above the prior day's candle. Here's one right here. Okay, red candle day, doji. Then we gapped above it off of a red day, so everybody who's short in that one, right, gets stuck. Okay. Here's a great one. Here's a real good example. Beyond. Okay, these are rare, but when you see them, right, you got to take advantage of it. Right. That's the idea. Okay. So and they're just rare, right? You really don't see them very much. Okay. But Beyond was great, especially these stocks that get really volatile, right, and are just going crazy on news right here, right? So we saw this here on a bullish day here. Right, on June 10th, 2019. bullish. Oh yeah, this thing's going up forever. It's going up forever, right? Upper shadow. Who cares? This thing's, look at the volume. It's going up. Boom. They gap it down the next day. They gap below it. Now it came back into that range a little bit to test it, right? And then it just boom, just like flush to the downside. Just nasty stuff right there. So you start to see this stuff a lot in these really volatile names that just get moving, right? It's just really, really powerful type move. Here's one right here, guys. This was after earnings, but it can happen after earnings, right? What do? And you see this a lot with earnings. Right? They push it up into the close and then they gap it down. So anybody who's like bullish into the earnings report, oh, they get stuck, right? And that's a great move, right? Nice little downside movement on that one that day. So you see this stuff a lot. It's really, really cool, and that's the professional gap. So they're rare, but when you see it, it's a great one to take advantage of. So that's all for professional gaps. At this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can. We'll try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. Hey, let me just grab a little grapefruit here. Just grapefruit. Not as sour as the other night. Okay, good stuff. So Shirley sent a few in here by email. So let's take a look at those. So we got BMY. Let's take a look at BMY. Let me just tighten this up a little bit so I can see the chat box too. Sorry. I might be shrinking your view window right here. Okay. All right, so BMY. Let's take a look. So BMY, yeah, nice move today. I love it, right? So we talked about it yesterday. Nice close above the candle right here. Good push through those levels. I like it's above the cloud. Just watch the upper shadow right here. Only thing that concerns me. But good volume here. Bullish. Right? Nice day today. Netflix. Earnings tomorrow after the close. Crazy candle right here. Kind of a professional gap today. Right? So we gapped down. We had that lower shadow, but we gapped above the full day right there. Came back, tested it, and pulled back up today. Real nice move. Real nice intraday moves here on Netflix at the open. Right? So they did a real funky move right here at that first candle. But once it calmed down, right? Great move up here this morning. Nice reversal. Nice buy the dip opportunity on that one. Makes sense, right? Everybody got stuck who was short off of that candle yesterday. Okay? So nice one there. We'll see how it does with earnings. Earnings going to be interesting, right? So this will be good. So this kind of covers this stuff right here. So if we gap up on Wednesday above this, well, it's depending on what we do tomorrow, right? But if we gap above, this 450 level, we might get a gap and go candle. So that could be an interesting one. So definitely keep an eye on that Netflix for a possible gap and go coming up on Wednesday. SE. Okay, a little bit of a sliding hot dog pattern right here, reversal of a reversal of a reversal. So nice, strong candle right here. See if we can push up and get above the hot dog high. And then ARWR. Okay, yeah. So Arrowhead, decent right here. Just a little bit of an upper shadow here at the 50 moving average. Just be careful with that one. You're in the cloud, so if you can get above that, right, you might be able to get a burst out of the cloud eventually. CODX, Doji sandwich up. It was a nice gap up today and gave a little bit of a push over yesterday's highs and then just came back in the range right there. So it's kind of like, kind of lost its energy right there. But a nice move, right, off of this one, out of this triangle, off of this candle, right? A little Doji sandwich up. So decent follow through on it, but a little bit muted after today. Anyway, good stuff. But yeah, it's definitely working on a fresh trend up. ZEK, what's going on? Yeah, MGM. Okay. Yeah, so these are definitely ones to keep an eye on, right? So the casinos, these have been a go-to, usual suspect list on the short side through the whole Corona, right? The whole Corona crash. These things were just getting hit. These ones, the cruise ships, the airlines, stuff like that. It's starting to build up right here. It's getting a little triangle. I like this, right? I mean, you kind of go here. I mean, there's your trend line right here. Big triangle going on. Okay, so let's see if we can break out one way or the other. It's starting, places in America are starting to open up. Different states are starting to open up different businesses, open up the economy, things like that. I mean, we'll see. We're starting to see some good stuff at a guild, some good treatments going on for Corona. So let's see. Let's see if these things are going to start to build. But this is definitely one to look at. The casinos are ones to definitely look at for strength once they start going again. Facebook getting tight here too. Again, it's rejected its 50 moving average right here, so upper shadow off of that one. Just kind of keep an eye on that here. It's coming into the cloud. Again, it would be nice to see a couple bursts here to try to get out of that cloud. But some weak price action on that one today. UNG, ooh, nice one. Yeah, that's looking real nice. Nice volume here. Just rejected that level. It would have been so cool if it closed over that. That would get pretty decent here. Yeah, the gas and like shale companies, things like that, had some pretty strong days today when oil was down. And then OPEK. There you go. There's a nice one on there. That looks good. Let's put that on the radar for tomorrow. I like it. So yeah, so OPK, nice close, nice breakout candle right there. I like it. Good. Nice ones. Awesome. Oscar, what's going on? Good afternoon. How are the trades today? Good. Hope you traded well. Great stuff. Mono Picasso, what's going on? Good to see you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. Oscar, yeah, Boeing. Let's take a look. Yeah, Boeing, guys. Oh, okay. So again, it's still working up its channel right here. Triangle, nice close above the triangle. Yes, on Friday, right? Good volume. Looked like it get some follow through today, and basically a almost a professional gap down today. Just kind of nasty, right? Just a perfect, like not perfect, but decent, right? It was kind of fussing with its 21 day, and then kind of came back down today. It's kind of holding its 8, but really choppy range right here, guys. We need to see a little more. That's why my whole thing with this is like let's get some confirmation. Let's break out above a couple of these levels. So we're kind of in the chop zone right now. See what holds that channel low, and then see if we can kind of try to work its way back up. And SPY. Yep, so SPY, let's take a look. So again, same thing as the SPX here, right? We're holding this upward trend line. Bullish still proving otherwise. They're trying to prove it otherwise, right? Because we got an upper shadow here off of the 50 moving average, but we're still over this trend line. May come back and tag it and then try to work its way up. We just got a lot of gobbledygook up here, right? We got the 50, you got the cloud. It's got work to do. Okay, there's a lot of volume in that area too. So definitely want to keep an eye on there. Lulu. Lulu with the inside day did not get any follow through over today's highs, but keep an eye on it, see if it can hold this inside day, and then try to work its way back up for some more strength. And good stuff. The Nest, what's going on? Work, yeah. So good stuff yesterday, right? I know you asked about it yesterday. We're getting there, right? Inverse head and shoulders. We talked about that last night, and it just needs to close above. It needs to break out, right? Good volume today, just couldn't do the job today. Big upper shadow today. So see if it can do it. CRWD. Much better on CRWD. That looks good. We were waiting on this one. We were waiting for it on the cloud right here, and it's really starting to move now. So definitely keep an eye on CRWD tomorrow. See if we can get some follow through to the upside. I like it. Good. And Lake. Let's see. Yeah, Lake still hanging out in the triangle right here. Inside day today, getting really tight. Let's see if this thing can move. And then SDGR. Ooh, that's a nice breakout. This Schrodinger, look at that, right out of the triangle right there. SDGR. Wow, that goes on the radar for tomorrow too. SDGR. Strong candle. Nice find on that one. Love it. Great triangle breakout there. You can get a momentum move out of that triangle today. Whew, what a move. 42 to 48. Great move today on SDGR. Good stuff. And SOXS. The socks. The socks. Getting there, right? So, semiconductors, right? So let's see. So we're here. Here's your low. There's your, so it's trying to break out here. See if we can confirm above this level. Could start to get good right here. It's definitely trying to get out of this this downward trend line. It looks like a falling wedge too. Get real tight there, and might be starting to work its way up. Good volume. I like it. Good. Trina, what's going on? ISRG. iSurge, Intuitive Surgical. Yeah, getting tight in here too. Okay, nice triangle. Look at that. I love when that 200-day moving average kind of corresponds with a triangle level right there. So it's working. It's trying to get through a thin cloud. We had some earnings the other day. It's hanging in there, right? Starting to trend up. Let's even kind of curl around here, get out of this thin cloud, close above the 200-day moving average, and try to work its way back up again. Very nice. And now, I want to see the chart now. Yeah, nice upper shadow today, right under the 50-day moving average close here. So again, it's kind of dealing with the little thin cloud here too. Let's see if we can get above that. Right, and try to work its way up. Earnings coming up end of the month. Good stuff. Samira, what's going on? Yeah, take a look at the fro. How's the fro look? Frontline. Okay, yeah, nice candle today. Tricky close right here. Couldn't quite close above this high. It tried. Good volume today. Tried to be a breakout. If it closed above all this, I'd be like, yeah, this thing's looking ready. Right, but it may be ready. So keep an eye on it tomorrow. See if we can push it over today's highs and might get a little momentum move over that. And then USO. Just wow. And this is U.S. oil. I mean, give us a break, right? Eventually, I mean, negative like the this month's contracts, right? Didn't they trade for negative dollars? It's incredible. I've never seen that before in my life. That's awesome. So if it stays like that, maybe they'll pay us every time we go to the pump to gas up. So I know, just so bearish right now. Huge volume. This is definitely one that, once things start moving again in the economy, right? You got to have oil. Eventually these things should get going again. I would imagine. Amazing stuff. So anyway, Jorge, what's going on? Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day today. A-Style, what's going on? Docu. So Docu, again, just kind of struggling up here, right? Got to the top of this megaphone that we were tracking, right? Had this kind of diamond breakout formation right here. Got to the top of the megaphone. Now it's putting in a lot of upper shadows up here. I'm not saying it's a short, but just kind of keep an eye on that right now. It's kind of rejecting these levels right now. Okay, Nvidia. Rough day today on Nvidia. Southern Doji. Okay, so it's basically range bound right now. So see if it breaks down here. Might want to test that prior inside day. Other than that, it's just kind of in this choppy range right here. So, but if the market starts getting strong, it is holding its upward trend line, so it's got that going on. Okay, just keep an eye on it. Could start to get bullish again. I mean, it's a strong mover when it's ready. And Facebook, we looked at a little bit ago here below the 50 moving average and kind of dealing with the cloud a little bit. And then JD, Chinese name. These are tough ones, guys. Okay, give a big push out here, break out of the triangle, nice move up, and then boom, right? Momentum shooting star pattern right here. It may work its way fast down to the ADMA if it's weak, market's weak tomorrow. MU. Oh wow, MU is nasty. Oh, that's going on the short rater. Nice find on that one. Wow. That's bearish. Big volume, big nasty candle. Right now we've seen it before. We've seen this game before, like JP Morgan, stuff like that. We're right at this level right here, but a push below these lows. Nice gap below on MU. Very nice. Good. Jorge, Roku at 60 anchor. Possible gap up and go if strong. Let's take a look. So, Roku. Yeah, today was a tricky day, right? So inside day up. Today was a really nasty price action on it today. They're just nasty. Right? I mean, decent move at the open, right? Got through all the breakout levels. We had a 60 anchor yesterday, right? Gapped above it, gave you a nice move up. Sideways action, came back down, tested it, right? And then today, right, no 60 anchor today, but nice move off of yesterday's 60 anchor. Closed above it, right? So we may get some follow through. Just tough upper shadow today on the daily. So see how it holds those levels. Could be very interesting. Bagish, what's going on? Good to see you. Amazonius. Nice. Let's take a look. Amazon. It's hanging in there. Okay? It's hanging in there. It tried, right? So you had this Northern Doji yesterday, pushed it up almost a gravestone Doji today, but it's still in this big candles range. So it's kind of chopping around a little bit. This trend line is crazy, right? So, you could do a bump line. You kind of say it's kind of holding out. It's such a tight line, though. So, just kind of see how it holds right here. The ADMA might want to catch up to it. It may go sideways for a couple days. So really choppy price action today, too, on Amazon. Right, the intraday was just like double inside fit. Couldn't get any movement on any direction. It's just really choppy day today. Zoom. Zoom was interesting. Finished down $1, but it was strong pre-market today. I mean, it was really pushing up this morning. It was like, see ya, right? And then it finally got up to the 60 anchor range and gave a little bit of a pop-up through that. But yeah, still just kind of sideways type stuff right now. Roku, again, same thing. Upper shadow today. Just watch out for the sideways action. And then Baba. Just be careful with any of these Chinese names. I don't mess with them anymore at all. Bit of a hot dog pattern, but upper shadow here at this pivot. Okay, so just couldn't get above those levels. So still definitely finding some selling pressure here. Yesterday, a big move down. Try to test it again. Nope, down. Okay, so no strength on that one. Just be careful. Heather, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well. Ryan, what's going on? Good evening. Yeah, Tesla. Holding its trend, right? So here's your trend line right here. I love when the ADMA just like hugs the trend line too. I love that. Okay, so a little sideways action out of the cloud. This would have been great if it were a big green candle and was working its way up to 1,000 again. But it's kind of hanging in there. It's holding on to an old fib fan line, right? So just kind of doing some sideways action. It gave a little bit of a move today, right? So it gave some tradable action today. Right, one of our members pointed this out on the live stream right here. It held this channel low, right? See this channel that we were following down today? It's like boom, right? The channel low inside 15 up to get to the top of the channel. So that was a nice trade today. Right, but just some tricky price action on the daily. Good. Oh, Jorge, yeah, remember Beyond? The good old days. Oh, so fun. Beyond ridiculous. Exactly. It's just beyond belief. And then I came back to reality. They always do. Even space. It's like, why? So one of these always does it every now and again. Space, right? Beyond. What was the other ones? Like the pot stocks, like Tilray. Oh, Tilray. It's like they were saying like Tilray was like moving today, right? Had a big day today. They up 26 cents. It was like, oh, Tilray at the high of the day. Okay. I know it's good percentage wise, but it's like, look where it came from. You know? I mean, you can't even see it up here. Let me go back a little bit farther. I mean, it's like, really? 300? Incredible. Incredible stuff. So, again, every now and again, you get a couple stocks like this that just do this. Just wild stuff. But yeah. Okay, but yeah, so it's, anyway, so Tilray's kind of hanging in there, just, choppy areas like that. But yeah, beyond, absolutely. Danny, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Lake. Yeah, everybody's asking about Lake. Lakeland, what do these guys do? Consumer discretionary. Lakeland Industries manufactures and sells a line of safety garments and accessories for the industrial public. Protective. Oh, okay, so protective clothing stuff like. Okay, well, I can see. I can see that. Okay, like Corona play. Good. Well, it's definitely chopping around right here. Huge triangle, right? This is actually kind of looking like a Tilray. Like a lot of these Corona stocks gave that kind of Tilray type move, that beyond type move, right? Beyond belief, right? It's kind of back in. It's kind of really, really tight right here. So we're in this triangle right here. See if we can get a breakout one way or the other. It may be done. You know what I mean? So we got that going. Nancy, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Twitter, heading to earnings. And just kind of chopping around as it does it. Right, we had a nice triangle back here that it finally broke out of, gave a little bit of a move. Now it's just getting like super duper tight again. Here's your macro trend line down, this one. So it's kind of just sliding down it right here. I mean, it's just like this little channel, right? It really needs to just get above this guy, right? So that there, 2905-ish. Sorry, it's a bad line, but 2905, we get above that. Maybe we'll start getting stronger. That 50-day moving average is pointing down, 200 is pointing down. Just really, really choppy price. We're in the chop slop on Twitter right now. A little bit of a geometric here. So just really, see, the more lines you put in a small area to try to figure out what's going on, you're in the chop slop. I should have made an extra video on that one when we were doing chop slop. Anyway, good stuff. Yeah, so it's kind of hanging out there. It should even get over that 2905. SDC, I was really hoping, Bob. I was hoping this thing would push its way up and break out of this range today. It tried. Right, we had some action this morning. Nice action. Great price action at the open. Beautiful. And then it's kind of like petered out right there. Right? Left an upper shadow. Couldn't break out. So now we got to get over today's high with some volume. It's trying. Just nobody's biting. The Nest pins. Yeah. Absolutely. Decent moves today too, intraday, upper shadow as well. Decent, right? I think some call flow came in on this one today. Good volume, no follow through. Just kind of drop back down again. Okay? And then left you an upper shadow on the daily, right off the cloud. So right into resistance today. Too bad. It would have been nice to have seen a big strong candle on pins. Yeah, huge volume. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like, why? It just got the big volume today and it just did. And then it just kind of fell flat. So just no action on that one today. Who knows? But it got people excited about it today. Baidu hanging in there again. Another Chinese name, difficult. Right, had a death cross recently on the 50 and the 200. Right, upper shadow today. Right, having trouble getting over this level. A lot of selling pressure in this area. These are tough ones. Michael, what's going on? NVAX. Oh yeah, big move on NVAX today. Nice breakout candle today. Huge move today. Big upper shadow at the end of the day, but could be interesting. Keep an eye on it. Could be a good one. I like how it got over its previous one there. Invesco Mortgage, yeah. Remember this one there? Woo! 182 all the way up to like $5. Okay, now it's kind of working its way back down. Big volume today. Struggling a little bit there. ABT. Good and bullish day. Nice bullish follow through. It hit 100 today. A little whole number resistance. Right? Worked its way up here from this breakout candle. I like it. Right now, 100 is going to be a key level for it to try to get above. Okay, and then Zscaler. Okay, yeah, holding the ADMA pretty nice. Upper shadow right here, follow through to the downside, and it's good. Remember that it wasn't quite the evening star reversal. It just missed it. Anyway, bounced off the ADMA. So bullish, right? That's what happens when you're bullish. Trending up. Went right to the trend line. Tried to tag down below it. Couldn't handle it. ADMA up. Crazy stuff. And and then AMD. AMD. Upper shadows. right? I mean, it gave AMD was incredible this morning, guys. Incredible. Big move today. 60 anchor from yesterday too. Blasted through those levels. Nice move. 15 orb high. Rejected it. Held on. Got out of the 15 orb. Great price action on this one today. And then after it peaked out, just sloppy after that. But great stuff in the morning on AMD. And then it left everybody with an upper shadow. So it made it a little bit tough. A little bit tough there. Good. Michael, no, I didn't, but probably have to check it out later. IMAX. The Nest, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice follow through. I know you mentioned this the other day. Great follow through from that hammer, right? Just a little, it got you your 50 moving average, upper shadow off of that. So it kind of did its thing. I don't think a lot of places are starting to open movie theaters now in some states. So I don't know. Anybody feel like going to the movies? Not so much. Reed, what's going on, Baba? Yeah, same stuff. Just be careful with these Chinese names, right? Upper shadow couldn't break out over those levels, right? And then CRWD. That CRWD is looking strong. A little bit of an upper shadow right here, but I love how it broke above this level. Very good level to be above. Good volume. Let's look for some action on that one tomorrow. Michael, yeah, have a good evening. Good evening. Or good evening. Nancy, yeah, my pleasure. Michael, yeah, Guild. Let's take a look. See, this is the problem with Guild, right? We were looking for a gap and go. Couldn't gap above this level right here and ended up reversing. We'll talk more about reversals this week. But great gap up for anybody who, like, was brave enough to swing that, right? So anyway, nice move there last week. Good stuff. And then APTO, Aptos Biosciences, cool. Okay. Yeah, geometric level right here. Got out above this here with some good volume. It's getting some follow through inside day up today. I like it. Good volume today. Looks strong. Experience and thoughts. What's going on? Good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. FSLY. Fastly. Yes, this was good too, right? This one's following its trend up, doing good, right? Nice little move today, right? Good move in the morning. Came back down again, left it with an upper shadow and wanting to get above these levels. Made it a little bit tricky. LVGO. Let's take a look. Yeah, LVGO, hanging in there. Look, I got a big level from over there, from back yonder. Okay, yeah, so old congestion zone right here. It's kind of finding a little bit of selling pressure there. But nice move up recently. Look at that. Beautiful move. So still bullish, still trending up. Definitely keep an eye on it. Jorge, back to positive territory for oil. Nice. Yeah, it'll probably start working. So that'd be so cool if like you go to get gas and it's like an ATM. It's like fill up your car and like it spits out money. It's like, oh, this is fun. So anyway, good stuff, guys. Good. Hey, great chart request tonight, guys. I hope everybody had a great Monday today. So fun-filled week ahead. Oil's been active. I'm just so much fun. Like stuff is going on in the market, making it fun to trade. So great stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you, everybody, for the chart requests. And if you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. Always appreciate that. And please hit the like button. That always is goes a long way. And be sure to check out the links in the description. You can, if you're finding us on YouTube, you can find a link to our Twitter page. We always tweet out cool stuff there, and also our website there too. So good stuff. Well, thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening. Looking forward to talking about more gap strategies this week, and hope to see you guys tomorrow night. And stay healthy out there. Have a great night's sleep, and remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.